too. Anyway, there's a mountain that we showed you in one of our videos called Buffalo Mountain. That guy right there. And Shannon and I, we hiked this and we decided that today was a really good day.
It's been one of the first days that we've had a few days in a row where we haven't had rain all the time. So we aren't going to miss the opportunity to be able to go walking some trails, which normally by now I will have been out hiking and camping several times throughout the year, but because of how bad a rain has been, I haven't been able to do it. So we decided we're going to go hike one of the simpler trails along a little stream that runs down one of the ridges of the mountain there and see how things are. Although it's not raining, it'll probably still be really wet because we're going to sweat our butt off because it's really hot and humid.
Yeah, but it's still not as hot and humid as it has been. This is one of the nicer days that we've had.
But it's about 86 degrees right now and high humidity.
Yeah. The last couple of days, yesterday and the day before, I have not been in the mood to do any walking on the treadmill, and that's one of the things. If you're doing these workouts and everything and you're trying to lose weight and get in shape and everything, you got to make it a habit, and sometimes you got to fight through the I just really don't feel like doing it. You got to get up and do it, and I didn't. I didn't get on the treadmill today either, but because it was a beautiful day out, and I wanted to go walking outside instead of on the treadmill. So what I did was I went and told Shannon, I said, hey, why don't you get dressed and we'll go for a walk around the block. And we went at a pretty good pace. We power walked around, and it took us like about half hour, 45 minutes, something like that. And
it's not just around the block. Around the block would only take us just a little bit of time.
Right, we go like all the way down to the end of our
These
street.
are several blocks.
And then we go down a couple more blocks and come around. Like I said, it takes us about a good 30-45 minutes to do this, even power walking. And I enjoy those walks because we get to talk and have some time just between the two of us to hanging out and everything. And so on one hand, I got my walk in, but on the other hand, I also got Shannon to go exercise with me.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for her.
Yeah, and he always asks me, where are we walking to? And I was like, nowhere, we're just walking. He always wants to know if we have a goal in mind or not. And in this case, we sort of do. There's a small set of falls that you can get to, and again, it's one of the easier trails. I'm not really interested in hiking as much as what Shannon is, but I'm kind of excited about going hiking today because it's a nice day. We've been cooped up in the house because of rain, or it's either been wet or it's been too hot. So I'm kind of excited about getting out and going hiking and everything and enjoying this with him. And so the compromise is he gets to go hiking and I get an easy trail to hike on. But yeah, I'm more excited about this than I usually am. That's the thing here.
This mountain is the trails that when I first moved here I started hiking on. They're enough of a challenge for somebody that's never hiked in the mountains before that it's a good starter trail to go on. A lot of the trails that I go on now usually climb about 2,500 foot up to get to the top. This is only going to be about a 300 foot climb.
Yeah. Well, like we go up to Laurel Falls, which is very beautiful. Well worth the hike. I just don't like doing the hiking. It sucks. It's harder than this. It's not difficult. Like, I mean, and here's what bothers me. This is the sad part. Okay, so we go up to Laurel Falls and we get to the head of the trail, and you know what we see when we get to Laurel Falls? We see Boy Scouts, we see children, we see like 10-year-olds and 8-year-olds just 5-year-olds just climbing around on this mountain all over the place, and I'm just winded and so out of breath and tired and feeling old and sore that it just doesn't, it's not fun for me. And then I get intimidated by a 5-year-old. Shut up. You see how he treats me?
And she'd never make it on the trails that I take.
I wouldn't.
That Ryan and I take, because Ryan Adams is the person that goes on almost all my hikes with me, except for this one.
Yeah.
But Jill and I wanted to do this one together, and since it's more the trails that Ryan and I started out on, he'd still want to go, but he would probably rather go on one of our big hikes.
Right. And he would be very disappointed if we were going up and we were just going up to the falls and not making a round trip, because usually when him and Shannon, what happens is...
This trail doesn't really have many falls. When you get to the end of the trail, there's that chance that there's falls there.
Well, there's that one dammed up thing that it looks, when the water's flowing really good, there's it looks like falls coming down.
But this is more of a creek.
But it's more of a creek, really. But this is something when Shannon and Ryan want to take it easy, what they do is they go onto this mountain, and then they just make a circle of it. They just make a round trip of it.
Which,
and
if you do
that's
the full
an easy
trail,
trip.
well, if you do the full trail, it's a hard trip for inexperienced hikers. It's an easy trip for us. It takes around about 2.5 hours to make the whole trek from the bottom of the mountain all the way up to the top, across the spine, and then back down on the other side.
Yeah. But it's easy for Shannon and Ryan. So for them, it's a light day in the world of hiking. They would rather be like hiking to Laurel Falls or hiking up in the Appalachian Trail. We have a set of those up here.
Well, the Appalachian Trail goes all through this area.
Right. Go.
They need to fix this road.
Hi. There's a lot of bumps. The road, I don't know if you guys can really tell.
It's beautiful through here.
It's really narrow. And when we first started coming up here, this used to give me, I used to have issues with this because I was always afraid that somebody was going to come around and...
And there's drop-offs right on the edge here that, you know, as you're going along, the winter time is pretty hard. It can be pretty bad.
Yeah, so these trails, especially going back, always gave me cause for concern.
Oh, looks like.
And somebody just parked like right in the middle of the... Oh, she's trying to leave, I think.
But it looks like everybody else decided to, a bunch of other people decided to have a hike through here.
This is not a bad place to hike, though. That's what I'm saying. It's a beautiful day. It's one of the few nice days. We don't have a whole lot of beaches around here, so when on other times when people would normally, you can't park here.
No, I'm not planning on
Oh
parking
God,
here.
I hate it when he backs up on this mountain.
Show to where I'm backing up.
Oh. Do not go off the asphalt. Hey, I think that's close enough. No, he doesn't. Oh, jeez. Where are you going?
I'm parking along where I can park.
Oh. I thought you were backing up there. I was like, that seems kind of rude to back up on the trail head there. But, yeah, so... He likes it up here. Like I said, we don't have a beach around here, so to speak. There's, I guess, there's a swimming area on, what is it, Wilbur or Watauga? Something like that.
Over by Wilbur Dam.
Yeah. But, not too many people go there as far as, you know, when they want entertainment, when it's a nice day and they want to do something for fun or they want to get out, this is what they do. They go hiking on Buffalo Mountain or on the different, or Laurel Falls or Roan Mountain. Roan Mountain, we're going to have to take them there that one time because that's pretty.
And Jill lets me be the pack mule now. And she lets me do that because normally my pack that I carry is a whole lot bigger than this.
And I'm a wuss.
This is just my slack pack. I just enough to carry my water pouch, which
We should go fishing today.
Allows me to have my water as long as it stays up here. And I can carry her snacks and some water with us.
You didn't bring a bulldog clip.
Yeah, I did, but I'm just going to do that for right now.
Okay. Walking sticks, which
You
ones?
lost your piece, remember?
I lost something. My damn mind.
These are handy little things. We carry them in our trunk. Ryan likes to carry his sticks that he has, which work just fine too. He found them on one of the first hikes that we ever did. But we decided to pick these up just because they're more compact and they work just fine. Now, Jill's wearing her favorite shirt.
How do I get this out?
And I'm going to help her with this, and we will be back in a few. Okay, we got her walking stick set, and
Apparently you have to be smarter than the walking stick. Like I said, I don't do this very often, so usually Ryan uses my stick.
now he's got his own.
Does he?
Yeah, Bubba
Oh.
uses your stick.
Oh, Bub uses my stick, yeah.
And as it starts out, it looks like the creek isn't very full at the moment, so we probably aren't going to have too many falls or anything in this area. But there's enough tree cover that even though it's a hot and humid day, it actually is a lot cooler today here than it was even on the trip here in the car with the wind blowing. So this will make for a nice day. I'm feeling kind of cool.
I told you this was a good time to come. He was all worried because it was going to be hot, and he's like, I'm okay with waiting for a little bit, and, you know, when it gets cooler, and I was like, we're going to be in the shade, so it'll be fine. Oh, look. These are pretty.
There you go.
It's right here.
I can't get it on camera. It's going too quick.
Shannon asked Sassy if she wanted to come, and she was very vehement about not coming. Not so much because she doesn't like to bring it down. She goes outside all the time. The problem is she doesn't like riding in the car.
I stepped away from you for a second because the butterfly the pretty blue moth came back around, and I stopped.
Okay, in case you didn't hear that, Shannon asked Sassy if she wanted to come today, and she was very vehement about not coming not because she doesn't like being outside, because she goes outside all the time. Her problem is she doesn't like riding in the car. And come October, she's going to have to get over that because she's got a vet visit. Don't tell her, she'll hide.
Yeah, she's gonna love that.
Look down here beside your feet.
Don't eat those.
What about these?
No, don't eat those either.
Jeez, he won't let me eat anything, you guys.
You got to be careful about mushrooms.
Yeah.
You don't ever want to eat a mushroom that you don't know about.
You know what? Honestly, though, I don't eat mushrooms that come out of the store. I don't like them.
Oh.
They taste nasty. It tastes like a fungus or something.
Go figure. All right, we're coming up to one area on the trail that is kind of a crossroads where we have the Hartzell Hollow Trail.
Which is where we're going.
And if you make a right on here, it'll take you up to the trail loop, which will take you around to all the way, it'll take you up the side of the mountain here, up towards the top, up to Tip Top, around, and the mountain and out to White Rock, which if you make a left, it'll take you out there as well. Now, taking the trail here to the left, as you get up through there, there's a couple other trails that split off that can take you to different areas up to White Rock. And White Rock has a very beautiful view from it. A couple of very beautiful views.
White Rock used to actually be bigger than it was, and a large portion of it actually fell off down the mountain.
Back in the 1860s, I do believe.
That was 50s.
It was sometime in the late 1800s when it happened. And it devastated the lower part of the mountain. And people were living down there. That was one of the bad parts.
We were actually at White Rock at one point, and there was this beautiful view behind us, and I decided to sit down on the rock to get a picture, and this couple comes up and says, "Oh, be careful of the copperhead." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, there's a copperhead. There was a
somewhere
copperhead
around there.
Around here." And she says, "As a matter of fact, it was in a hole right next to where you're sitting." And I looked down to the right of me, and there's this little crevice, and I looked down, and sure as shit, there's a copperhead snake in there, coiled up and looking at me like, "What?"
But one of the good things about them, just like always, snakes are more afraid of you than you are of them. Believe it if you want. I don't want to test that theory, but when they're coiled up like that in a hole, chances of them striking at you is a lot less because they don't have any room to do that. So they try to hide there when they're in a hole.
And they won't attack unless you poke yourself down into that hole to try and get at them.
Now, one of the bad parts about today, even though we have had a bunch of rain, the water level is really low around here, and normally this is flowing quite steadily. And
where Shannon's standing right now, there's the water.
Normally the water is all the way up to those rocks, or at least around in this area. And as you can see from some of the erosion, the water does flow quite rapidly through here every once in a while. But right now it's just a trickle, which is somewhat disappointing. And I'm kind of down in a hole right now. That's Jill up there, sitting all stoic and everything.
There's nothing stoic about me.
Actually, if you look in the camera, you got kind of a glow on you. It looks really kind of cool. We'll let her angelic brightness go for now.
You gotta come up here, honey, and see this rock formation. This is kind of cool. I don't know who did this, but it's awesome.
Oh, I can see it from here. Somebody decided to do some rock stacking.
Now see, when I was in the Girl Scouts, stacking rocks like this usually was a sign for danger.
I'm going to see if I can kind of walk up the side of this instead of going up around. And yeah, this is a little bit easier.
I think where I'm at is easier.
Ooh, rocks are just a little bit slippery.
Don't break the camera.
I'm not going to break the camera. They got real intricate with it. And stacked a bunch of rocks. And did a mighty fine job of it, I say. I'm not too sure the meaning of it, whether Jill's Girl Scouts thing. I can't see the danger side of this besides maybe bears that are around here, because black bears have been getting pretty active around here to where they've closed a lot of the trails to camping, which is one of the reasons why it's hindered me from being able to camp.
It could be the
as well.
danger of going up this trail here, and this trail here could be...
That's not a trail, that's a washout from sometimes when the water gets really heavy, it'll come down that part too.
Right, but if somebody sees that, they might think it's a trail and try to walk up that. Plus, as you said, the rocks are slippery. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of walking along on edges and over top of the creek to the water below, and it is mossy and fairly slippery, so You always want to be careful and make sure you have your footing before you actually take your step. Otherwise, it could end in a tragic situation.
Yeah, you could lose your camera.
We need a new camera anyways. On. She's beating the sweat.
I need some water.
Unscrew that.
Okay. I was thinking of a bottle of water, but okay. And, oh!
Hold it up above the... It's gravity fed.
Are you supposed to leave this on there?
You can leave that on there if you can bite it. I don't have top teeth.
Oh, well, I do.
Yeah, but...
Okay.
Well, you gotta suck it better than that. Come on, suck on it.
Really? This man.
Hey, it's the only way you're gonna get fluid out of it.
It's limp. Here, let me see the camera. Yeah. I'm beating a sweat. He's dripping sweat.
I'm pouring a sweat, but I was smart enough to bring a rag because I know I'm a sweater. And
you're not a sweater. You're a human.
I'm a human that sweats a lot. But we have some more trails, and there's a few areas up through there as we go that when the water's flowing really nice, it's nice falls, but it's looking like we're not going to run into too many of those, but we'll see some nice rock formations that were formed by those falls. So we'll be back in a few. Okay, one of the reasons I love coming out to these trails is the beauty that's around you and just the sheer peacefulness. Babbling brooks, different things like that. Women sitting on rocks.
One of the things I hate about it is the bugs. And
bugs are...
nature.
They don't bother me. But one of the bad parts about this is people. People are terrible to this area. And it doesn't make any sense when they come out here to enjoy the beauty and serenity of being in an environment like this. And then as you're coming along down the trail in this beautiful location, people have no choice or no consideration and just leave trash sitting, non-biodegradable garbage sitting along streams, things that at one point in time, way back when, you could drink from right out of the stream without having to worry about it because of idiots that have absolutely no consideration for nature to leave garbage like this. Ryan and I, most of the time when we're out hiking, we spend more time. We usually carry out more than what we bring in because of picking up other people's trash, because even though they're inconsiderate and can care less about what everybody else experiences when they're out here, only thinking of themselves, we try to think of the future hikers that come out here to enjoy this beautiful area, and we pick up some of the trash. We always carry out everything that we bring in, no matter what it is. And everybody else should too. And then, as it turns out, the Krispy Kreme cup that we found just sitting on the rocks by the creek was not the only thing sitting around here. Just off to the side, when I turned around, Jill pointed out that there was a soda bottle sitting just on the other side of the trail as well.
Actually, it was an energy drink bottle.
Same thing, still soda.
Not really.
Stop tearing up nature, people. Have some consideration for other people. And also for your environment, period. Regardless of whether it's for other people or not. Think about what you're doing to your environment when you do stuff like that. And save this area for everybody else as well. Stop being so selfish and only thinking of yourself.
And if you don't want to carry it, don't bring it in the first place.
If you're not willing to carry it out, then don't bring it in with you in the first place. It's as simple as that. And as a matter of fact, what you're carrying in, when you carry it out, it's lighter than what you were carrying in, so it should be fairly easy to do. Enjoy what we have here, because the way that people are going, it may not be here for very much longer, or at least not in the way that I remember it. But I digress. Coming up, we got another little rock formation, and it appears that Jill's having a little bit of trouble getting through this one section of it.
I'm getting just fine. Just choosing my footing carefully.
Well, that's a good idea. Now, a lot of the times, the only way to be able to get up this is
you gotta kind of up here.
Kind of come around through these little ledges that have, because water comes down from up there as well and runs down all these ridges and into the creek, and then it's also flowing from there as well.
And because the water is nice and low, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because it's bad because there's not as much water coming through, but it's good for me because I can cross this way or I can cross this way, and a lot of you are probably watching this and saying, oh yeah, I would totally cross up there, you know, get a good picture and everything. I'll let Shannon do that, and I'll get a good picture of him doing it, because I'm not as sure of my footing as he is. Me, I prefer the harder route. I'm going to go over these rocks that can twist my ankle. And again, you want to choose your footing carefully. And then I can use these as steps to get up to where Shannon's at. Easy.
And then we continue on up the trail, which through this section kind of starts going a little bit more uphill, but it's not too bad. We'll continue in a little bit. We come across a couple hikers on the trail along one of the beautiful little falls. If the water was a little more rapid, it's really good. And this is their first time hiking on this trail.
Actually, they're sitting where the water comes through usually.
Usually the water's coming through pretty hard where they're hiking at. What do you guys think of it so far?
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's peaceful.
It's real peaceful out here.
Seems like a fairly quick hike.
Yeah, this is one of the more simple hikes on this mountain. If you ever go up to Huckleberry Knob, beautiful view. And White Rock is very beautiful too, but it's a little harder to get to.
As a matter of fact, if you go back up the trail where those signs were that said White Rock Loop, if you go that way, it'll take you to another fork, which will take you to the White Rock Loop or to Huckleberry Knob, and the Huckleberry Knob overlooks like ETSU campus and whatnot, and you see a whole panorama view of the city.
Are you guys from around here?
We're not. Well, we live in Bluff City.
Bluff City? So you guys visiting around Johnson City area?
Kind of.
Well, I appreciate you talking to us and everything. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your hike. Are you guys continuing on up, or are you guys heading back down so far?
We have a goat meeting, so we
have to head out.
Yeah, but it's a good hike for little ones.
Yeah, it's a nice little hike for little ones, and that's one of the things that we had been talking about, that this is a beautiful area to take your kids, take them out and talk about nature and everything.
Yeah, this is his first hike without being carried.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it, little one? You having fun?
Enjoying the hike, big guy?
He's like, that
He's
boy?
like,
He's like, who is that?
He's like, I did not give you permission to film me.
You found an acorn? Yeah.
Cool.
In your pocket? Yeah.
We see a bunch of mushrooms.
We see a newt over there on the rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw a newt.
That's cool, huh?
Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your hike, and thank you.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance to go up that way, though, if the water's flowing well.
You were just saying it was blocked off up there, or?
No, we haven't gone up there yet.
She asked if the trail goes on up there.
It does continue on quite a ways up through there, but it does eventually come to an end. There's no the only way to get any further onto the mountain is back where you seen the signs back there. And then it goes all the way across the top of the mountain. There's a trail that goes all the way along the ridge. But you guys enjoy the rest of your hike.
You too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've gotten to this rock formation, and upon seeing it, I turned to Shannon and I said, "That's it. I'm done." We've been out here for an hour, so we've gotten a good workout in.
Well, it was a mild workout for me. But
stand up. Yeah, it was a mild workout for him.
I'm a sweater.
No, you're not. You're a human.
I sweat a lot.
So we're gonna call it quit. Ooh, that looks like an ominous hole. Stick your hand in there. No, don't do it.
I have bugs singing in my ears.
Yeah.
Jill didn't want to suck on my straw anymore, so she got a bottle of water.
He's so inappropriate. All right, so we're heading back down.
If you blow it, you won't get anything out of it.
Okay, so we're heading back down.
There's nothing inappropriate about that.
Actually, today was pretty good because, like I said, we hiked up here an hour, and we're hiking back down an hour. That's 4 trips on a treadmill, people. So I'm doing quadruple of my workout today. Well, actually 5 times my workout because I went walking for 45 minutes this morning. So, feeling kind of pompous.
I want to continue along, but she don't want to walk back down the mountain on her own. The trail continues along up there.
I don't have a problem walking back down by myself. I just don't want to wait in the car for you.
But we're going to go ahead and head on back. And since you already seen footage of what is on the way here, we'll see you when we get back to the car.
Bye. Don't film, just help me.
I said I wasn't going to do any more videos, seeing as how you guys seen what was coming up, but I forgot how entertaining it is to watch Jill try to come back down sides of mountains.
It's not funny.
I didn't say it was funny, I said it was entertaining. There's a difference.
I don't know where to put my feet. Like, I knew where to put when I...
Gravity seems to have a major hold on things when you're starting to go down slippery slopes and uneven terrain and drop-offs. And she's not real sure-footed as it is, so if she's going to fall, I want it on video. I'll feel bad for her, but I still want it on video to prove that I didn't push her.
I would not most likely say that.
And she gets mad at me because I can back down these trails.
Oh, shut up. He missed a really good video shot opportunity. I was trying to come down one of the rocks, and as I'm coming down, I put my leg down, and he says, "Oh, there's a giant spider right by your leg." And I'm sure the people at the trailhead heard me screaming.
It was a daddy long leg.
It was a spider. It was an insect with 8 legs. Actually, no, it was a bug because I don't think daddy long legs has 3 parts. There is a difference between a bug and an insect. Ask any entomologist.
It was an arachnid.
It was.
But the one good part about it is the trash that we had found along the trail was the only trash that we had seen so far. So I got to give a little bit of props to whoever is not throwing their trash out, or people that come along and clean it up as well.
And bugs. Even the couple that we stopped by, they were very meticulous with gathering up their things to make sure that they didn't leave anything. Even though it was apple cores and they were biodegradable, they took care because there are bears in the area and we don't want to lure them to the trails and endanger any other hikers.
And that's one of the bad parts about when people leave their trash and different food products laying alongside of trails and in camping areas, is bears are attracted to that food. Yeah, they can go out and get their berries and their nuts and their different things that they eat, but when humans just leave food sitting around for them,
When it's handed to you.
it's basically handing them the food. They smell the humans' scent on the food as well, so they start attributing that food with humans, and then they start going towards campsites and getting their food from there, which endangers humans and in turn endangers the bear, because they either have to be euthanized or moved to another location for the protection of them and for the humans. So be considerate. Think about other people, because you might be responsible inadvertently getting somebody else attacked by a bear.
Or getting a bear killed.
Or getting a bear killed, either way.
Yeah, you don't want to have the death of a bear or a human on your hands.
There's a lot of
Because of
factors
your
about taking
negligence.
care of nature that a lot of people don't take into consideration.
Fine.
Probably not.
Hi.
Saw that, found this one and thought, it's a pretty cool rock to put a flag.
Yeah. You guys hike these trails much?
Yeah.
We usually hike at Elizabeth Trails.
Over by Hampton and stuff, or?
Yeah, by Dennis Cove and Laurel Falls.
Oh, I love
gosh.
Dennis Cove area.
Yeah.
That's his place.
She don't like going up to Dennis Cove because the road is so windy, turny, and up and down, and
Yeah, we usually camp there just about every weekend.
Yeah, we camp at the little spot right when we get there.
yeah.
They've got cabins that are for rent up there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like
Do they still have the
$40
signs up there for the
Bears?
that the bears are?
Yeah, last time we were up there, we
seen
saw
them there
bears.
last time.
Yeah, we got attacked by one over by the Wilbur Dam up there as well. We didn't get attacked ourselves, but they took our food.
And my ID and my house keys.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a running joke in my family. My brother, at one point, he installs security, and at one point he called me and he says, "Hey, I was installing security at this one house, and they had some wooded areas, and I heard a strange noise, so I went back there, and there was a bear. He had your ID. Do you want that back?" Like, shut up.
Yeah, we saw one when we went up there, but it was just a baby bear.
Well, those are the ones you got to worry about, because the mama's around somewhere.
That's what we thought. We were
And
like,
most bears, if you come up along them, and as long as they don't have like territory or anything that they're protecting, they'll back away from you. But if there's cubs around, they don't even think twice. They're like any other mom. They just attack and defend their cubs first and foremost. All right, well, we'll leave you guys to your rock stacking.
Thanks for talking with us. Yeah, have a safe hike. Jill really loves going over these parts of the trail. And this isn't too bad.
It's not too bad if you don't, as long as you see the people.
But it is a little bouncy, so I can kind of understand her trepidation. Before they added that bridge there, the only way to cross, especially when the water was up a little higher, there used to be a rope tied around that tree and that tree, and you kind of had to get across to that log and get across it that way, or ford the stream, and most of the time the water is from there all the way over to the roots of that tree when it's flowing really good, so sometimes that made it hard. And I'm being rushed by the person that's up in front, so I'm going to continue along. Now, come on, you were in such a hurry to go. Let's go.
I'm not gonna go so fast that I break my neck.
Well, no, I don't want you to do that.
Yeah. Oh! Kicking rocks loose.
We're just about out of the trail and back to our vehicle and heading back home. It's been an enjoyable hike. Wish it was a little bit longer, but it was a good start for finally being able to get out and hike. I enjoyed the exercise, I enjoyed the fresh air, and I enjoyed Jill's company.
And he enjoys watching me make a fool of myself on these rocks.
Oh, you don't make a fool of yourself.
Yeah, whatever. Watch me get stuck in the mud. Whoa! Almost there.
Easy now.
Oh. Oh.
But just be thankful at least this time there was plenty of places to step.
Right? Usually I end up with my ankles deep in water.
She usually can't go on this trip without at least stepping in the water once, which she did earlier, but I just didn't get it on camera, which was really surprising for how low the water is, that she actually found a spot that she could step into.
Yeah, well, it happens.
And then you step in it. Back to civilization.
Oh,
Darn.